Fear has kept so many people from starting any kind of journey more than even the idea that they're going to fail. Now let's unpack this. Having run a business for almost a decade now, I can truly and confidently say that most of us are held by fear even more than that what we can think as an idea of us failing. You see, the beauty about our brain is that it has this ability of creating appearances or ideas in our mind. It can literally create a whole concept in your brain that something appears to be real. And unfortunately, it's not the case. It's just it keeping you away from harm. That is one functionality of our brain. It's just keeping us away from harm. But most of the times, this is fear talking. And we are going to look at how are we going to allow ourselves live far away from fear and just take that one step of courage and move on as if we have everything that it requires to conquer in this world. You see, fear has kept so many people thinking that they are not enough, that they are not yet ready, that the idea that they have in their mind is not worthy being into this world. Just imagine you fear doing or engaging in a certain business, and then few months down the line you see someone who is not even prepared getting into that business and flourishing. Now you start having rage, or even you feel bad about yourself because you had this idea but you didn't put it into practice. And someone else who came, who is not even prepared, someone who is half talented as you, comes in, knocks it, and moves into different stages in it. Most of us fear even having that tough conversation, pitching that business idea, just picking that phone call and calling someone and telling them, I need to do this. Even if you guys are not going to pay me, I need to do this. I remember when I was starting business, I had this crazy fear that was keeping me away from getting into that business. And what was my realest fear? One of my realest fear was I am going to be judged, fear of judgment. That this young kid has gone all through the 844 system and even gone through campus to study, to just come and open a cyber, to just come and open an M-Pesa shop. I mean, this was one of the realest fears that I had, because guys will judge me. Guys will think that I'm a failure. Guys will say, unaenda hiyo masomo yote alafu unakama hapo hivi unafungua duka, just a small shop, that's just a small outlet, right? And this kept me for a while. It kept me even becoming bold in business, just because I felt people are judging me, people are looking at me different. And there's this philosophy which talks about the spotlight effect. Most times in life, we always think as if the light is on us. Everyone is looking at us. But the truth is, let me tell you, people are minding their own business. Let me burst your bubble. You're not that important that guys will keep on thinking about you. People will actually tend to even not think about you, even when you're starting that business or starting the journey of content creation, starting the journey of public speaking. Not so many people think about you. Let's just face that. That's the truth. Most people are thinking about their ish. And as long as you're thinking what they are thinking, you're giving them so much power to control your life. You end up being prisoned by fear, being prisoned by the thought of what they think about you, instead of just living out freely. The truth is, we cannot avoid ourselves from fear, but we can live with fear and do it anyway. See, my fear of judgment kept me even from engaging in business with some people because they are going to judge me. But with time, I realized these people don't even give an ish about myself. They don't even know where I've come from. Some people don't know even my second name. So what was keeping me away from achieving greatness at that time? Probably I will have started earlier on, and right now we'll have been talking about something totally different. See, fear also, sometimes we fear just to fail. But the truth is, you're going to fail and you're going to fall terribly. But failure, in its part, failure gives us experiences. Experiences feed into our knowledge of how things are done. But fear, on the other side, fear breeds regret. The idea of, I just wish I had done that at the beginning of the year. Right now, it will have been different. Now, that is the conversation on fear. Failure, on the other side, is, we did this last time, it didn't work out the way that we would have wanted. Now we are going to do it differently. Now that's the beauty, that's the difference of fear and failure. And the fear of failure keeps most people thinking that, now since because I'm going to fail, I don't need to start. Let me tell you for a fact, even if you're going to start with all precautionary measures being taken, you are going to fail at something. You are going to fail. Let's just burst that bubble. You're going to fail, and you're going to fail hard. But the good thing about it is that you are not going to start from zero again. You're going to start from a point of experience. The next time you're going to start something new, the next time you're going to pick your camera and you start recording, you'll realize, I don't need to do this. I need to put my lighting differently. People are not engaging with my content because this and this and that. Now that is a conversation after you have started. But you can't have such conversation after you have allowed fear to just keep you at bay. You see, fear always has this thing. It keeps you small. It keeps you cold. It keeps you're kind of like anxious, cold and numb. You can't do something because you are avoiding people to see you. Most of us are not even that we are introverts. It's just that we do not have enough courage to just step out and, even in that meeting, speaking your idea, raising up your hand and say, I think we can do this differently. I may not be having the whole concept in mind, but I think this is the basis idea that we can start and build up on. I do believe that all of us, we have the capacity of facing fear in any kind in which it comes with. You don't have to allow fear to keep you at bay. You don't have to allow fear to prison you. Don't allow your creativity, your ideas, your awesomeness to die just because you're feared. There's one thing that I always keep on reminding myself. This is one thing that I learned, and I always tell myself, if I'm ever going to regret about this on my deathbed, then I'd rather do it now. See, what fear has done to so many people, it has allowed most of us to go and die with amazing, brilliant ideas. And here we have an opportunity to face fear and do whatever we can in this short time of eternity that we have when you are alive. See, most of us always think that we are not yet enough, but we are actually enough. As long as you can do that small thing, you can always be building up on it. You don't have to figure out the whole journey. Just figure out the next step. Just figure out, how am I going to do from point A to point B? The rest of the points they're going to be figured out later. Right? Fear cannot be the only thing that is going to keep you from starting. Just start. There's something else that I always tell myself, other than reminding myself that I don't want to regret about this when I'm dead. Okay, well, I will not think about it, but on my deathbed, I really don't want to regret about some of these things. There's another thing that I always try and do. I just breathe in and then count 1, 2, 3, and then just make that decision. Because sometimes it just takes that one jump. There's a time we went at Sagana Rafters to just do these challenges, water rafting, jumping off the cliff. And the truth be told, as long as one kept on holding themselves at the cliff, you couldn't have jumped over the waterfall. You just there were just all these situations being created in your mind. Oh, I'm going to jump and find a rock. I'm going to jump and probably I'm going to sink. I'm going to jump. But let me tell you, I mean, as long as you have not jumped, there's no way you're going to see the experience on the other side. As long as you have not tried that business, as long as you have not come out and say, I think we can do this differently, as long as you've not picked that camera and started recording your first YouTube video, as long as you have not yet started, there's no conversation past that. But as long as you've started, now you can build up on the conversation. Fear can keep you from starting, and don't allow fear kill your dreams. Don't allow fear to kill your ambitions. Don't allow fear to kill your passions, your creativity, your ideas. You have everything that it needs for you to succeed in this life. I remember it's Robin Sharma who says, at the beginning, it will look impossible. At the middle, it's messy. And at the end, it's going to be brilliant. You're going to just be happy about the whole process that you've taken from point A to point Z. Now, we look up to so many people. Some people were successful in business, in art, in sports, in leadership. But let me tell you for a fact, all these people had to dance with fear. They had to slay the demon of fear so that they can be where they are in life. None of us is shielded, or none of us walks in this world without facing fear. You have to face fear. You have to conquer through it. You have to challenge yourself that these experiences that are appearing real, let me create other experiences in my mind that if we can do X, then Y is possible. If we can come from point A to point C, then we can move from point D to point Z. You have the capability. You have everything that it takes and it needs for you to conquer through life. Don't allow fear to keep you from failing. Till next time, let's go out and challenge ourselves to conquer through fear. Peace.